Hello YouTubers, this is Hair Ninja and I am bringing you a Let's Play run through of Diablo 3. Now, originally I wasn't going to do this, but then a friend of mine decided to give me a little bit of inspiration to do something different, so I decided to go ahead and make this since she hasn't played Diablo 3 and I need to make some new videos anyway. So, without further ado, let's get kicking off on this. Now, as much of you know, uh, Diablo 3 is coming out on consoles on the PS3 and the PS4 later this year. And so I figured it'd be a perfect time to go ahead and make a gameplay run of this. Also, my friend Ashley, she hasn't seen the game yet. She kind of can't get it yet, so I thought, hey, I might as well go ahead and do this. That way she can see how the game kind of works and kind of give her an idea of how it runs through on the console. And I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about how the console is going to run it. Seeing as Blizzard hasn't been in the, hasn't really chosen a side with the whole console race until now, I'm pretty excited to play D3 on the PS3. I don't think I'm going to get a PS4 on launch. I think I'm going to wait. But like I said, that's the whole reason for me making this vid. So, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of commentary, throw a couple of jokes about fat, overweight, obese, dead corpses, and we're going to have a good jolly old time. So, right now, we show up in Tristram with, as you can see, a Russian-looking monk. Still understand that one. And we're going to go ahead and see what this whole deal is with The Walking Dead. Try to resolve this issue and fight the never-ending fight. Like I said, completely Russian. Never seen a Russian monk before. If you find one, send it my way, because I'm telling you, it just doesn't make sense to me. At least she's a sexy looking Russian monk. I mean, you know, I can't complain with that. But anyway, as you can see, I'm a little higher level than I should be right now. This isn't my first time playing the game. I actually have a level 60 character, but I wanted to play through with my monk and kind of get a feel for her. Feel her, yeah, great joke. So anyway, that's why I'm playing with her, and she's only level 10, I think. Let me double check that. Yeah, I think she's level 10. Anyway, so that's why I'm playing with my monk instead of my demon hunter, and I really don't like my demon hunter, to be all that honest. I thought I was going to love it, and it turns out that I didn't. I was actually really upset about that. But it's all fine because now I got this Russian sexy bitch to play with, and all is forgiven. All is definitely forgiven. Because, you know, all you got to do is put a sexy bitch in a nice frame, and it's all done. Game over. Perfect game. But anyway, we're just killing some zombies. I actually put up the monster level to 1 instead of leaving it at 0. Just to kind of give me a little bit of a difficulty spike since I am kind of over the level right now. That's something they put in with a patch. So far all the patches have been pretty decent. I haven't found anything that's, you know, too much to complain about. I do wish that they pulled out the auction house because I think it's like the cheapest thing in the game. And I say cheap as in like it's completely ridiculous and we don't need it. But with that being said, as far as everything else goes, they added a PvP system in here. I have not touched that yet because I'm not big on PvP myself. I'm more of a co-op player. So this is usually what I do. Run quests, you know, hang with a group of people, XP farm, that sort of thing. Which is all fine and dandy. I mean, to each their own. But they did put a PvP system in here, and I've read from a lot of people that it's actually pretty decent. So with that being said, also, if you play hardcore and you go into the PvP arena and you die, you actually don't lose your character. So for those of you who are big on hardcore mode, that would definitely be something I'd be looking into. So I thought that was pretty nice, because it kind of sucks getting somebody to level 60 and then you go into the arena and then you die and then everything else is gone. But, they made it so you don't lose your character, and, that was really nice of them. So anyway, enough with that. So here we are in Old Tristram, roaming around, not doing anything out of the ordinary for a monk. Well, for Russian monks, because, Russians are just ridiculously violent to begin with, and then you make them a monk, and then it's like, oh, hey, it's like duck season for dead people. Which I'm not complaining, because as long as they're not at my door, it's all good. And I'm sure plenty of you would agree, freaking... If there's a monk fighting zombies in your front yard, you're not going to complain. Especially if it's a Russian monk, because, Russians are just amazing. I kid, but really, the whole Russian thing I thought was really interesting. And right here, if you could see this down here, this little purple glow, this is where the Easter egg is. They call it Whimsyshire on this one, but it's pretty much the same thing as the cow level on D2. If any of you guys have played D2, which it's been out forever, so, I'm guessing that at least some of you have some idea what the cow level is. If not, I could try to make a vid for the cow level. D2's kind of old, but it would give me a reason to go back and play it again, so... if there's anything specifically in D3 that y'all would like to see, please be sure to go ahead and comment underneath and let me know. I'd be more than happy to do that. Wouldn't have a problem doing that at all. But anyway, that's where that is. You actually won't be able to make it, though, until actually you beat the game, to be honest, because you have to get a whole different bunch of items from multiple places. Like in Act 3, there's a shopkeeper that you have to buy the Wirt's Bell from. And see, Wirt's already dead, but he still shows up in D3. You just gotta love that. But anyway, there's like 4 or 5 things you have to find, and like Wirt's Bell costs like 100,000, so it's kind of costly. So I would definitely save up for that if you want to go to the Whimsyshire level, and go ahead and help out your little achievement list, and go ahead and kill some unicorns and whatnot. Don't want to give out too many spoilers, but, I'll probably be making a vid for that somewhere after I do this playthrough run. So if any of y'all want to see that, just let me know, because I wouldn't want to go ahead and make a vid that you guys didn't want me making to begin with. But just leave some feedback, and I'll be sure to get back with you. And if everything goes out alright, I'll be able to go ahead and make some more vids, and we'd be good to go. But for right now, Leah and I are gonna go and try to find her uncle. Poor old Kane. He was left in a cage in Tristram in D2. And now he's in the cathedral where a fallen star fell through. That guy just can't catch a break. Telling you, just can't catch a break. Kind of feel bad for the old Weezer. But that's alright. What else is a Russian monk supposed to do? It's not like, I'm sitting in a tavern drinking vodka or anything. Got time to go save good old Kane. And Leah is actually Kane's niece too, in case y'all didn't know that. So they kind of gave Kane like a family now. Kind of gave you some backstory, so it wasn't like he was just out helping stop Diablo. He actually had a family, and kind of messed up family if you ask me, but it is what it is. No big deal. So for the most part, I'm actually trying not to speed run through this, to be honest, but like my monk's attacks are just so ridiculously strong right now because I'm like level 10. Which leveling doesn't take that long until you get into the later levels. Like, I'm guessing that, that's kind of common sense, but like the leveling's not so bad. And the game is so advanced that there's plenty of grind spots. If you wanted to go grind, you could pretty much pick just about anywhere. It really depends on how good you are with your character and how you build it. It's not like other RPGs where, you just make a certain build and you'll be fine. No, it actually depends on how you play with it. Because I've seen plenty of people make really good builds, but it's really how you execute it that determines how well it'll work. There goes my monk dropping down like Ryu Hayabusa. Like a real ninja. See, that's the other reason I chose the monk, because she was like the most ninja-like to me. And like I said, I didn't want to run through normal with a level 60 monk. I'm sure y'all didn't want to sit here for 30 minutes watching me, die on Inferno, because that difficulty is completely retarded. Like I said, it's mostly the fact that I'm not good with that character at all. Probably the fact that I don't have the right skills either, but to each their own. It's not a big deal. I'll be fine. I'm using my monk, it's all good. No, where did this guy come from? Like, well, he did. Oh, no, he's not dead. What in the world? Where did he come from? I don't remember this guy being there at all. Just some random knight shows up. Fool, do you not know that you're not the hero of this story? Kind of makes me want to just summon Diablo and be like, "Be gone, Satan!" Is he still dead? Did he die? Damn it, he's not dead. Why don't you go die? Go find a crate to fall in. See, and he even runs away from the explosion, so, like, the AI is actually intelligent, somewhat. Even though he's trying to steal the spotlight from a Russian monk. What the hell's the matter with you? Yeah, you can actually use traps to your benefit It's the other thing I liked. Kind of like oh gosh, what is it? Um Kind of like how they built Injustice Gods Among Us. Freaking love that game, by the way. If y'all haven't played it, you should go play it because that game is amazing. Freaking love it. And I'm not big on fighter games at all, but I love that game. It's like my favorite fighter. But anyway, yeah, the environments, they seem really fresh, at least to me. And they did add a whole bunch of new enemies to the fray that you don't see in Diablo 2. So, and there's our first ever treasure golem, which drops like a whole bunch of magic items and a whole bunch of gold, which is nice. But treasure golems can be good and bad because when you play on the higher difficulties, they'll run like really quick, like as soon as you spot them, and they can actually lead you to your death if you're not careful because they'll like take you to a whole bunch of champion enemies and they'll just like completely own you, and that just won't be good. So yeah, so you definitely want to be careful on higher difficulties with treasure golems. Goblins. Treasure golems, yeah, that'd be a joke. Ah, the good old Skeleton King. How we have not missed you. Gosh. Skeleton King. Like, we haven't seen one of those in a video game franchise before. It's okay, Blizzard. No worries. At least he has somewhat interesting dialogue. And now we go talk to Kane. And let's see what happens. Magical secret entrance. Haven't seen one of those in a bookcase in a while. Not ever since, you know, the Clue board game, you know. The candlestick in the bookcase. That's exactly where it was at. And it just explains how the Skeleton King is holding you back from figuring out what was the Fallen Star. Which, I'm not going to tell you what the Fallen Star is because, you know, don't want to ruin anything for you, but... Anyway, yeah, Leah's all happy, Kane's happy, tells you that you have work to do, and, you know how it goes. If you've ever played a Diablo game, you know how it works. So, and if you don't, well... I'll tell you what, you have work in store for you. It's worse than, you know, being at the office as Jill Valentine, if you know what I mean. But, yep. And if you're wondering, the monster power levels increase the difficulty of the enemies. So you could play with like ridiculously hard enemies on monster power level 8 on normal difficulty. So without going on Inferno, it's a great way to kind of test different builds with your character. So I thought that was really neat. Let's go ahead and clear out my inventory real quick. Not like I had a lot to do, but Oh, strength is always good. Yeah, we can take that. Oh, that's another thing. They did add well, they always had it, but the holy damage is like a monk's best friend, by the way. But it does like way too less damage. But if you're playing with a monk, holy damage is literally your best friend. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's freaking ridiculous. How amazingly good holy damage is. So try to remember that. Oh, where do I have to go now? Oh, yeah, blacksmith. Forgot all about that. Tells you how long it's been since I've played this, but you know. But I wonder how many levels I am above my my Templar. Let's see. Oh, I'm only one level above him. Okay, no big deal. And you actually only have 3 followers throughout the game. 2 of them you'll get in this act, and the third one you'll actually get in the beginning of Act 2. So, doesn't take too long to get them all. So once you hit Act 2, you can kind of decide what character or what henchman you want to run around with you. And the one other thing that they added to D3 was achievements. So if like you're an achievement or trophy hunter, this is something for you, because there's like literally a ton of achievements. You actually get achievements for running through hardcore mode and hitting max level in hardcore mode, which I can't imagine myself doing that. I might try it at some point, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do it yet. I don't know why I decided to run off and leave poor Hadrick over there. But anyway, he tells you about the crown that you're going to need to go face the King Leoric. And once you get the crown, you can go fight the Skeleton King and figure out what the Fallen Star is. And usually when I run around, I only pick up the magic items, just because usually white items aren't that good anyway. But if this is like your first character and you're just starting to play, I would highly suggest picking up everything and like selling stuff that you're not gonna use every time you go back to the back to town, because like you can really get overstocked and full like really easily. I didn't mean to do that. And I do like how it auto picks up gold now, so you don't have to worry about picking up something by accident. So that's a really good addition. I swear those things look like demon dogs, but they move around like frogs. I think somebody down at the animals department didn't get which animal they wanted, so they just kind of morphed them. Like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but freaking PETA style, I swear. Like seriously, they move around like freaking frogs and stuff, but they look like dogs, like the way they move their legs and stuff. I don't know. It just does not make sense to me. I really, really don't know what the hell they're doing, thinking like that. And these random zombies ambushing me from there. Like, really? I am a Russian monk. You can't just do that. You can't do that, yo. It's just not right. It's okay. See it and more PETA Power Ranger dog things. Don't you guys have like a freaking picketing fence thing to go to? I mean, really. So anyway, after all that trouble, we are finally at the crypts. This is where we were supposed to be to begin with. Kind of. Well, I say we were. And really that's the only thing that matters because, you know, I'm the one here. So, anyway, this was our destination. And the Gravedigger's Log. What do you know about that? Anyway. So now we just got to run through and look for the crypt with the crown in it. Which you'll be able to tell which crypt it is because there will actually be a like your character will have dialogue that'll tell you that you're in the right place. But yeah, so far I'm really digging the monk so far. I think she plays really well. She just doesn't do really good damage. She also has really good range. And she can hit a lot of targets at once because of the staff. So I think the staff was a really good choice to stick with over the fists. I've heard a lot of people say that the fists do way more damage one-on-one. But like I said, if you're fighting a group, then the one-on-one's not really going to matter so much. So... And here's oh, this is another thing I enjoyed. There's like side quests that you can do as you go to like different areas. So it's a good idea to like roam and look through the map because the side quests can give you a lot of experience and whatnot. He leveled up, so luckily I'm such a higher level that they won't actually damage me so much. Yeah, I'm shocked that they didn't add any other like character classes like they did with D2 with the druid and the assassin, which I played with the druid quite a bit, but the assassin I just couldn't get a feel for. I even had somebody power level me and I still couldn't get a feel for the assassin, so um that's the deal with that. But yeah, I'm really shocked they haven't decided to make any DLC characters yet, which they kind of blended a lot of the characters all together anyway. But yeah, you can see I got like 2,600 experience for that and a whole bunch of gold. And you can see I leveled up, unlocked some runes. So let's see here. What runes do we unlock? The Northern Breeze, which reduces the channeling cost of Tempest. Okay, we can do with that. That's helpful. And what's this? Crippling Wave. What's it do? Yeah, we can roll with that. Should be fine. But as you can see, this wasn't the crypt for the quest, because the this thingy here shows up, like you can see it on the map. So when you see one of these, you know that you're in the wrong spot, because the crypt that you need to go to the crown is actually located on the level 2. It's located on the second level, and so if one of those are there, then you know there's not 2 levels in that crypt. Pretty easy to figure out. Um, Usually, if you're really good at guessing, you'll find the one with the crown on your second. So let's hope this is it. Otherwise, it's in the last one, and it's going to take a little bit longer. Well, there's a bunch of champion-looking enemies. And for the most part, the when you actually get into like Act 2 and 3, you can actually start doing crafting stuff to make better weapons and whatnot for your character. So I would highly suggest doing that. After you play so long, and like you finish your first initial playthrough, there's special recipes and whatnot that bosses will drop. So it's a good idea to like go back and kind of farm some bosses and try and get them to drop those recipes, because a lot of them are really good. Like the one I was having the hardest trouble with was getting one of the demons at the very end to drop a recipe for the staff that you need for the Whimsyshire Easter egg. Because once you make the staff for one difficulty, when you go to the next difficulty, you have to unlock it again. And I needed the recipe in order to make it, and it was taking forever to get him to drop it. Like, I probably spent a couple of nights trying to get him to drop it, and it was so annoying. But, yeah, the whole recipe thing is a really good addition to it, I think, because you'll spend more times making your own stuff instead of searching for it. And you can make some pretty decent gear from doing that too, I found. It beats using the stupid auction house and, you know, spending $5 to buy the best level 60 gear. But you know, it's up to you. If you'd rather do that, then that's your thing. But, you know, I found that using the blacksmith and actually making gear, I thought that was really neat, really useful. Definitely wish that they had it. And here we go. Here's level 2 of the crypt, where the crown's located. And as you can see on my mini map there, it shows where the quest location is. And just be prepared. There's going to be 2 boss fights. The first one's going to be right here at this door. This guy is going to come through, and I'm going to mess his day up. And the next boss is going to be at the very end on the other side of the door. So just try to stay prepared and use normal boss strategies that you would in any other RPG. I really didn't have a problem with my monk, mostly because she's high defense, or not high defense. What am I talking about? She's high attack, and I could have kept more distance, but my staff is so strong at this point that it really wouldn't have affected me that much. So it was fine. And as you can see, the Chancellor's Crown right there. And here's boss fight number 2, the Astral Guardian. Which I think he drops a recipe too, but I think you have to be on a certain difficulty to drop it. Like I said, I quit playing for so long that I really couldn't tell you. And there you go. He's done. And pick up the crown. And this is when you can use your town portal. All you do is click this or press the T, and then she does this thingy right here, and you'll go straight back to town. Really good for doing like farming and whatnot. You don't have to hold town portals in your inventory like in D2. So I thought that was really neat. With that being said, before to identify stuff, you would have to come back to like the blacksmith or the blacksmith or like a merchant to go and identify stuff. But as you can see, if you can see it, there's this book here, this book of Cain right here, and it will automatically identify everything in your inventory. And this patch is 10.0.8, I believe. Yeah, it's May 26th of 2013, and as of right now, that's when it's in there. So if, well, you know, you have to play online, so if you're playing after this date, then it should be there. But yeah, that's the other thing. You do have to be online to play it. So that's one downside to it. But you know, I find the game enjoyable. You know, I think it's a good game. I enjoy it. There's definitely a lot of good, a lot of bad. Kind of depends. My internet speed's decent, at least. So I don't really have too much issues going through and playing this game. But like I said, it just kind of depends on what your deal is. Yeah, I might want to go and sell some stuff. Should have done that first. Go ahead and sell the stuff I won't need. Yep. Another great thing is they set it up so that if you have something in your inventory that your character can't use, a red X will show up. Thought that was really nice. Makes it easy to get rid of stuff on the fly. And they also show you where your quest is located when you're in the teleport screen. So it makes it easier to figure out where you're supposed to go and where your quest is located. Like even on the map, as you can see, the quest always shows up. So as long as you're close enough to it, you should be fine. And actually, in this region that I'm going to right now is actually where you first get your Templar. So, But once you get him, as long as you get him the first time, he'll always be with you if you want him to. Otherwise, he'll show up in town. It's another thing I need to try and make sure that I have plenty of potions. Because I think I quit playing right before I fought the I quit playing before the boss fight with the Skeleton King. The last time I played with this character was a really long time ago, so I don't even remember like why I quit playing. I think I just had so much on my plate, I just didn't have time for it anymore. Wanted to take a break. But yeah, pretty solid game. I enjoy it immensely. I don't play many RPGs on the consoles because I don't like a lot of them. And Final Fantasy's okay at best, so um, it's kind of hit or miss with me. But I've played Diablo ever since the first one back in the 90s. And but this game does have a few flaws. It definitely should have had a lot of the features they added to it in the initial release. But other than that, I don't know, like I don't see too many issues with it in general. I enjoy the gameplay. I think the characters are rather well rounded. Um, always gives you a challenge. Always. It's not anywhere near as difficult as Demon Souls or Dark Souls, but it's still enjoyable even with that added difficulty. So, not to mention playing with four other people, it's just an all around fun time to have. However, it does require that if you do play on like Inferno, you're going to need a lot of teamwork and coordination, which I found it really odd that there was no voice chat for D3 on the PC version anyway. I don't know why they'd make a cooperative game and only use like the text chat, because I can't really do that. I'm used to playing stuff on the consoles and having to have voice chat to cooperate and kind of get an idea on what everybody's doing and how we're going to go through a section. And I can't do text chat and do this at the same time. I usually found that I had to back out or back away from like a fight and reply and then go back in, and it was just a pain. I found like I didn't really enjoy the communication aspect of it. But the gameplay, it's fun to play it. Don't have any problem playing this. I fully enjoy it, especially with the different weapons that they brought to the table. Um, Classes have kind of like in D2, they have specific items that give them bonuses, and it's always fun to put the game in again and try to find better equipment than you did the last time you played. And um, really, I strongly think that the auction house just kind of ruined the game. I don't ever use the auction house at all. Usually, if I have something that I want to sell that I think is really good, I'll sell it to like a friend of mine or just give it to him. I don't use the auction house at all. I really do think that the auction house was the weak link to the series, or at least to this game in general. A lot of people say that they can find some good stuff on it. That's fine and dandy. Um, I just don't like using it. I think doing microtransactions, I just didn't like that portion of it. I thought it was rather cheaply done. Um, but like I said, I enjoy playing the game. And the auction house doesn't affect me doing that, so I don't have a problem with it. Oh wow, it was over here this whole time. Alright, so let's go in here. Down to Cathedral level 3. Where we find none other than cultists. Complete shock. And this is where you first meet the Temple Knight. Must have been in a really bad spot to make all those cultists mad at him. I don't know what he possibly could have done. I have no idea at all what he possibly could have done to make them so mad. But yeah, just follow the path. You're going to see these cultists right here. And open this chest to get his items back. And he'll show his true form. I think this is hilarious because now you have 2 Templars. And so now you just got to go, and it's kind of like doing a mini mission for him to try and get him to join you, kind of like Mass Effect. You got to do like a mission to get them to join your quest, and that's all that this section is. Trying to get the Templar to help you out, give a brother a break, something like that. But no, the map's rather straightforward. It's not too difficult to figure out. Really, it's just getting through it. That's the hardest part. Figuring out what to use against what enemies. What skills and passive skills work best for which characters. It's really different in comparison to D2, because in D2 you didn't really have passive skills like they brought into this. So it kind of makes you think, oh, well, if I use this weapon, what skills am I going to need to use against what enemies, and what enemies hurt me the most and give me the most problems. And it really makes you think, and that's what I really like about it. So far, so good. Definitely so far, so good. And he gets rid of this path for us, so we can go down and fight this boss. apparently a necromancer who betrayed against the Templar and put him in the position that he's in. And the Templar thanks you, tells you he'll join you now and um, help you on your quest. And now you have complete access to go and fight the Skeleton King, which all you need to do is get down to the Royal Crypts. Let the Templar unlock the path. And the exit's right at the bottom here, down to level 4. Okay, so here we are, level 4, about to go fight the Skeleton King. I hope we are. I hope. If we can find the Skeleton King, that's the big thing. Just a Russian and a Templar Knight. Not so bad. Let's see, I'm still like killing the bigger enemies in like 2 hits. So, that's not so bad. Skeleton King will probably be a tough fight. Especially since I haven't played this in forever. But that's why I like the key setup. That's another thing. I wasn't really sure how much I was gonna like this, seeing as I've played console games for so long. I'm always used to the healing button being really close to the attack button, and not knowing how they were gonna do that, I was kind of antsy about how well I'd be able to play this. But as long as you got your fingers on the first 4 number buttons, Q's your healing button, so you can always really quickly heal without moving your without moving where you're positioning your hands. So I think the system works really well. Go down here. And that's the other thing that I like about it. It shows you when your friends earn achievements and stuff to kind of let you know about their progress. So it's really, I really like how the community, it really keeps you tied in as you're doing your own thing. But anyway, here we are in the Royal Crypts. Here's a little waypoint, town portal thing you can use to go back if need be. Kind of up to you. But if you need to empty out your inventory, which you might, that would be something I would suggest. right here. Just a little cutscene showing you what happened with Leoric and everybody else. And as you progress further in the act and you find journals, it'll tell you how King Leoric went mad and pretty much stuff before the first Diablo, which I thought was really neat. Kind of gives you a an idea about all the lore of Diablo, which is interesting. There are a lot of arrows. Let's get rid of these archers. Otherwise, they're gonna kill me. I'm actually surprised. Oh, that was really close. Archers are not my best friend, in case you didn't notice that. Jeez, that was really close. Like, I was kind of scared, to be honest. I was really worried. I didn't want to die. Stupid archers. I'm thinking, where is he? Yeah, I'm level 11. He's level 10. Should be all right. Can't imagine this being too bad. And there's Leoric, mad as can be. Takes out the stairs so I can't get to him because he's a pussy like that. All those years of sleep. What a shame. And you locked my only way in, really? You must be really scared of me, bruh. It's okay. I'll just fight your minions and that'll break the seal and I'll just go kick your arse now. Because I got this crown that, you know, magically summons you so that I can defeat you. Him and his big hammer. I swear, this feels like I'm fighting Thor, only with less lightning. Come on, bruh. Okay, this might be a little harder than I originally thought. Not so bad. He's just about halfway there. As long as you're sure to use your skills often, you should be fine on normal. I also did put the monster power level to 1, so enemies are a little bit tougher than they usually are. But even yet, it's still not bad. Nothing like those archers earlier, I swear. That would have been embarrassing, dying to archers and then killing Leoric like this. Because, it's just... The boss fight's gone by really quickly. And I think a lot of it's got to do with my Templar keeping him busy. Otherwise, he'd be giving me a lot of brunt force. But, as I said before, the monk is really strong. So she can take quite a few more hits than some other characters. And there you go. And he even dropped a gold weapon. So it's definitely worth coming in and getting rid of it. And there goes the Skeleton King. And now you're at the Desolate Chamber, which is where the fallen star fell all the way down, as you can see from the rubble. And let's go down and see what's in there. I mean, can't be, Superman. Let's hope not. And the stranger fell right out of the sky. And now we return to Tristram and let Cain know about this fellow stranger from the Falling Star. I was about to say Scar. Falling Scars. Yeah, that's a new trigger right there. It's going to be a new fad. Falling Scars. So here I am, a Russian monk who brought a fellow stranger from the sky to Deckard Cain and Tristram. And I think I'm going to make a two-part for Act 1 since it's so long. So just let me know in the comment section if you like it. If you don't, pretty sure you're going to tell me if you don't. But just go ahead and like and subscribe, and just let me know what you think. Peace out.